You have covered Lamar Jackson since he was in high school, and he goes on to U of L, and then of course he's had a good NFL career, and it looks like the NFL owners are not going to do what Jimmy Haslam did with the Cleveland Browns and guarantee all that money to Deshaun Watson, and they're just like, no, and that's the contract he wants.
Right.
Now talk about him as far as skills. He's had an MVP year. He's also had some ups and downs. I think he's still trying to develop in the pocket a little bit more, probably refine his skills from the pocket. He's obviously can hurt you with his feet and legs. You know, when you look at him and his progressions from high school to college to the NFL, what do you see with Lamar Jackson? And some team's going to spend $200 million. They're not going to guarantee the Deshaun deal, but
you
somebody's
can't do
going
that
to.
anymore.
Yeah, no.
I mean, and that's not a knock against Lamar Jackson. That's an indictment on the Cleveland Browns in a collision sport where there's a high rate of injury to the most important position on the field, and you're going to guarantee that type of money. That's not a good business deal. That's bad business.
Agree.
Right? And it's not a knock on Lamar. But to answer your question, I don't think Lamar would be where he is today without Bobby Petrino. And I say that, and I just so happen to have 2 Louisville games the year he won the Heisman, and I had the Louisville spring game going into that season. And one of the things that Bobby Petrino did during the 15 days of spring football that year is he did not allow Lamar Jackson to play out of the shotgun. Everything they did in every offensive snap was under center, within the pocket, 3-step, 5-step, forced him to stay with progressions. Even when he didn't like it, when his instincts told him he could take off and run, he coached him hard and tried to create some discipline because he could see that he had the skill as a passer, but his natural instinct, he's so athletic that when things aren't quite right, he's going to take off and run, right? And I think that he made such strides with Lamar Jackson and improved him so much as an in-pocket guy that he added to the arsenal. He added something that maybe Lamar didn't have coming out of high school, his redshirt freshman year, and that had to be honed and developed. And credit Lamar, who, was all in on buying in, and I think is a better player as a result of it. I look at it this way. The way he plays, I'm not saying it's dangerous or reckless, but I'm saying in that league there is risk, and that scares people, all right? And I think that's fair. But if you're going to sit here and tell me that Daniel Jones is getting $40 million and Lamar Jackson is getting 32, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
And so I think you got to pay him. I think you got to pay him above market value. I don't think there's ever going to be guarantees for anybody. It doesn't matter who it is anymore because it's bad business. And those who continue to, I think, live in that world and make bad business decisions are going to be out of a job at some point or another. And so that's my take on him.
Don't miss one moment of the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Weekdays, 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. on ESPN 105.9. The Zone.